Yes, I'm sure if we waited for the next train, we could come straight through on the central platforms or something.
Well,
there's
no,
no need to change it.
I just thought that if we went to Liverpool Street Station, then when we could get the Circle or the Metropolitan, then we could go straight into Baker Street.
Yes, I know. My point is, there's no need to get to Baker Street on the bus. No, I'm sure if we'd waited for the next train, we could have come straight through on the central line to Oxford Circus. There was no need to change it at all.
Well, I just thought that if we went straight through to Liverpool Street Station, we could get the Central or we could get the Metropolitan. We could go to Baker Street.
Yes, I know, but my point is there's no need to go to Baker Street. Oh, there only seems to be one bell.
It hasn't got his name on it.
No, and all the names are here, look, on the bell.
That must be the one to ring then.
Yes, this must be. Don't forget he's Mr.
To see Dr. Mr. Mallam.
I'll show you to the waiting room.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Alison.
Tell Mr. Mallam, secretary, that you're here.
I forgot to go back just for a moment. I'm awfully sorry. I forgot my parcel. Do you mind if I guess, of course? It's a good girl. Good.
I'm awfully sorry. Don't worry, I'll show you out.
Okay.
Alison.
Alison. Alison. Alison.
Sorry?
Oh,
Oh.
Alison, dear.
No, Barbara, not here.
She knows very well. I don't like it.
Fuss. Doesn't matter.
Matters to me. I don't like it. Yes. Mr. McIntyre will see you now.
Oh, thank you.
Know the way, don't you? It's on the second floor.
Thank you.
Cigarette. Mr. and Mrs. Fisher.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Mallam is ready for you now.
Oh, thank you.
Just up the stairs. Will you follow me?
Yes,
Is
Alison.
working now? Oh, yes.
Believe the expression intensive feelings of guilt, but by his hatred of his brother, he had been responsible in some way for his father's death. He expressed a deep sense of rejection that his father had gone without even leaving him a message.
Come in. Oh, thank you, Miss Gibson. Mr. Mallam's ready to see you. Excuse me. Just one moment, please. Perhaps Alison would like to wait here with me.
Yes, of course.
Alison.
Now, we've had the file from the hospital, and you have the letter from your doctor.
Yes, I've got it here.
Come this way.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Fisher. There's some lovely dresses in this one. Alison? Sorry to keep you.
You've probably been told many times before that the symptoms, indeed the whole case history, suggest a classic form of autism. or rather what we doctors inadequately describe as autism. A new and more accurate name is badly needed, I'm sure you'll agree.
Clinics, trial guidance, remedial training
Dr.
centres.
Ross at the clinic said we should come to you. Because now she's 17, he
You
said
see,
perhaps...
psychotherapy is the one thing that hasn't been tried yet with Alison.
It is an acknowledged tool in certain areas, but in the case of autism, there's no real evidence to suggest that it has any success before puberty.
Yes, but now that she is 17, well, it's just one more chance we didn't think we had.
Alison has been without speech now since birth.
Yes, that's right.
She was a very pretty child. I remember when she was about 3 years old.
Unhappily, that's often the case. How do you communicate with her?
Well, we try...
We use mime, and she's always seemed to understand simple words and phrases, but that didn't really help. If anything, it only made her withdraw more
She
difficult
just
to
didn't seem
understand.
to be able to love, and she hated touch. Not me, not Jack, not anybody. Of course, she has improved.
Oh, yes.
And the school and the clinic, they've helped her a very great deal.
But you've stuck together a close family unit.
Everybody says that.
Maybe
as though it was
Alison's
something
knee
unusual.
made it.
Circumstances are hardly what you would call normal. The tragedy is that families do crack under stress like this.
We
Well,
love
our
her.
problems don't really seem very important, do they?
You mustn't expect too much from any therapy. So many parents think that it's quite natural. If autism can be overcome, then some unusual talent or skill will be revealed. You must understand that most autistic children
After I
are
gone?
retarded on all levels. Occasionally, we do discover some extraordinary, how can I express it, eyelid, some unusual form of memory, some remarkable musical ability.
Yes, Alison used to like music, and she's good with her hands, as you'll see from the report. But, no, she's got no special skill.
You never considered having another child?
No.
Well, Alison quite accepts us now. She's got her little rituals, her games, and we join in. It all helps. It helps us all.
We've had to build up a sort of independence for her, of course, as best we could. Washing, dressing, that kind of thing.
She's really very
Spoiling
close.
her won't do.
She's really very close to becoming socially
Of course, we
acceptable.
know it means an institution for her once we've gone.
We don't want that, not if we can possibly
No,
avoid
of course
it.
we don't. Well, it wouldn't be right, would it? Putting Alison amongst subnormal and psychotic people. That's why we've come to you. Dr. Ross as much as said that there was some chance at
Can
this stage.
psychotherapy help?
Not in the early years. Possibly in adolescence, when a child realizes that he or she is different, or, for example, when they seem to comprehend death.
But I've read, and I've been told that you've used it already in many other cases.
Not on truly autistic children, Mrs. Fisher. Psychotic children, yes, children who can talk. Now, searching for a neurosis demands cooperation.
But she's got understanding.
A form of understanding may not be enough.
Well, you would at least see her.
Of course I will. Mrs. Davidson?
Yes, Mr. Mallam.
Will you show Miss Fisher in now, please?
Yes, of course.
Shall we go and see the doctor now, Alison? Alison?
Alison? Alison.
She doesn't often get a chance to see a room.
There are some places she just can't take you.
Not if the shapes in it are wrong. It's a matter of proportion, I suppose.
Of course, I see that she has... Well, we see that she has a lot of things in the house that she enjoys looking at.
Oh, Alison has excellent taste.
Alison...
This room was designed by a master of proportion, Robert Adam. Hello, Alison. Like to play with some of these? Next pattern, perhaps? No? Ah, never mind. How'd you like to try some of these chaps? Now, you built something. Now, let's see if we can find someone to help, shall we? Ah. Hello, Alison. Hello, Alison. Give us a bit of help. Help Mr. Punch. 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 Mrs. Nevinson?
Yes, Mr. Mallam?
Will you make an appointment for Alison for early next week, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mallam.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miller. See you next week.
Alison. Alison.
Bye, Alison.
Would Tuesday 2:30 suit you?
Yes, thank
yes,
you. I think
well,
that would do
is
very
that?
well.
I'll show you out.
Alison.
Yeah, just a moment. Yes?
Yes, Mr. Mallam?
You called me just now?
No, I was in the hall seeing the fishes out. I had a word with Dr. Raeburn, but only for a moment.
Doesn't matter, my fault. There, you make an appointment for that
Yes,
girl.
Tuesday 2:30.
Ah, good.
Your tea's nearly ready, Alison. It's all right, Alison. It's all right. Daddy's here. What will do? She won't even
It's no good. Not one, it's too cold.
You do it then.
I don't.
Well, do you think Madam can really help?
I don't. But once he'd seen Alison laugh, he did seem interested.
Always worth the visit just for that. 3 years old. That was the last time. If you remember.
Of course I remember.
Hasn't played that for ages.
It's all right. She likes it. It's not a regression.
I never said it was, did I?
Right. I'm taking this up to her now. You coming?
Yes. Your tea is ready, Alison. Alison, your tea is ready.
Everything is ready for you, Alison.
Alison, when you take your photos, you will hang it up neatly and tidily, won't? Do you think I can stand it that long?
We were pleased with you today, Alice. You did very well.
Alison, when you start to play, if you will take that nice session, won't you, and put your elbow. Start over. I think I'll go and have my cup of tea downstairs.
Dr. Mallam was pleased too. Don't forget your tea.
Good. Now find me the cube, Alison. Well done. Now this time, the pyramid, that's triangles on all sides. That's fine. Now, I'm going to show you, oh, Mrs. Levinson, the Rorschach cards, please. Over here, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Now, I'm going to show you this series of ink blobs, one at a time. Now, they don't necessarily represent, mean anything. I want you to look at each one and then draw or show me what they mean to you. I know you can draw, Alison, if you want to.
I don't want to.
What did you say? Alison? You spoke to me. I heard you. How did you do it? Speak to me again. Now, just pick up the cute... Yes, what is it?
Your 3:30 appointment's waiting, Mr. Mallam.
What?
Your 3:30 appointment.
Oh. Yes, thank you, Mrs. Dennison. We have finished. Next week we'll play a different kind of game, Alison. Now, Alison, you did so well last time. I want to try something new. Now, these are called Zener cards. There are 5 designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see? 5 designs, and there are 5 of each. Would you like to sit over there? Alison? In a moment, I'm going to place 10 of these Zener cards on the desk where you can't see them from here. Then I shall concentrate on each one in turn. I want you to do the same. When you think you know what a card is, draw it on that sheet of paper, and then the next, and the next, and so on. Understand? Good. Go. No, Alison, we haven't finished yet. I want to take the experiment a little further from there. Now, I'm going to close these doors. Don't be afraid. Then I'm going to choose 10 cards. I want you to write them down. Never mind, it's not your fault. You're probably tired. You've tried very hard, Alison. Thank you very much. And now, shall we go and find your father? Finished for today, Mrs. Nevinson. You take Alison along and find her father.
Her mother bought her today, didn't she, Alison?
Till next time, then, Alison.
Gibson.
Where's Alison, Mrs. Fisher?
Miss Gibson, is Dr. Raeburn free? I'd like a quick word with him.
He's busy all day. First patient's waiting. He's not even here yet. It's me that has to make all the excuses for everything delayed. Oh, good morning, Dr. Raeburn.
Late, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much.
You're on the list. Who's
John,
waiting?
I need some advice.
Well, not just now, Anne. We'll have to be this evening, I'm afraid.
All right, I'll be here.
Who's waiting?
Just one moment. Let's see. Mrs. Hughes and Sir Henry Brown.
Oh, I'll see Sir Henry first.
All right.
You'll not keep me long, I hope. What's it about?
Got a patient who's a telepath.
Yeah. Lack of postnatal emotional control. Phases of severe withdrawal. Obsession with tactile reinforcement.
Classic symptoms of a mute
It all
autistic.
seems, how old is she?
17.
They've been struggling for a long time.
Yes, so she, in total silence.
Now, what makes you think she's, telepathic? What's that got to do with mute autism, anyway?
I don't know. I tested it today, standard ESP process, Xenocard.
Oh, surely. It's going to take more than a few good statistics.
90% success rate.
How'd you get onto it in the first place?
I really don't know. First, I thought I heard her talk to me, although she'd been mute all her life, and then it seemed that she tried to communicate in some other way.
And when she communicates with you, anyone else ever present?
No, we've always been alone. That's why I want you to test me.
Oh, my dear fellow. I'm hardly an expert at this kind of experimentation.
Never mind, you're the best example of an acid test that I could think of.
Besides, I'm in need of my dinner.
5 minutes.
Not a minute more.
Mrs. Davidson, what are you doing?
I've nearly finished, just a moment.
I haven't seen these things in years.
Did you sign the letters?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Good
Not
night.
marked, are they? 10, 1 minute.
Right. Ready.
Then I'll begin. Right. Let's have a look. Hardly world-shattering.
Yeah, statistically well below average, in fact.
As a reader of minds, it makes you something of a failure, I'd say.
And it has to be her. Or could it be some puberty phenomenon, you
Oh,
think?
my dear fellow, aren't you grasping at rather sensational
Well,
sort?
something more rational, then. What?
Well, I have no idea.
I
It's
still need
intriguing,
your help,
certainly.
John.
It's not my
For
field.
the girl's sake. I mean, how many times has Alison reached out with her mind and found only a brick wall?
Well, many times, if what you say is true.
And then I come along, and possibly for the first time in her life, contact happens. I mean, her stage of adolescence, it'd be like a revelation, a mystical combination of first love, setting
Andrew,
foot on the moon.
It's also typical of a doctor-patient transference situation.
could be exactly what is needed in Alison's case, a purposeful
Could also
one-to-one
be-
relationship.
Could also be extremely unhealthy, dangerous.
All the more reason why you should sit in on my next session.
Treatment or psychic research?
I need your eyes, John. I need you to see for yourself, just one session.
Come on, Alison. It's time to get your coat on. Oh, you're ready.
Daddy's going to take you to see Mr. Mallam today. That's nice, Alison.
Come along then, dear. Daddy's waiting.
Mrs. Alison, look after Alison for a few moments, please.
No correlation whatsoever.
Over 90% down to zero, just like that.
So, conditions for the test, were they different at all?
Identical, except for you being present as observer.
Well, perhaps that's a variable we should consider, the personality factor.
But you saw for yourself, there was no tension, no emotional conflict.
Perhaps enough to affect her sensitivity if she decided I was an intruder.
You aren't.
Well, not to you, perhaps, but Alison might well see it differently. The premise at least deserves consideration, wouldn't you say? Mrs. Levinson, could we have a little more milk, please? Thank you. Alison?
John, it's so simple, it's perfect.
What do you
Oh, yeah,
mean?
look,
The
look, look,
results
look,
are
look,
totally
look,
at
look,
odds.
look. Of course they are.
What are you saying? That she's 4 cards ahead? Precognition?
Looks like it. Remember that last session I told you? I thought she'd given a series of wrong answers in the long-range sequence because she was tired. She wasn't tired at all. She skipped 4 for some reason, then she gave me 4 in advance.
If what you're saying is even remotely true, then these last 4 here must be right on top of the pack.
3.
Oh, really? I don't believe it. It's just a random phenomenon.
No, it's growing, developing into active life.
You don't have acceptable proof of that. You don't have proof of anything.
True. We have to be sure. Now, look, you get the go back and I'll go and dig out some more equipment.
All right. Andrew, make it something she'll enjoy. Alison, would you like to come back in for a moment, please, dear? Ah, what's that then?
A random light selector.
Oh, I see. Eliminate the human element.
As far as possible, yes. Now, Alison, this is a new game. This machine will flash its lights on and off all by itself once I switch it on. See? Now, Dr. Raeburn and I have no idea which light will flash next. We want you to sit in the next room and think about which one you think will come on next. We'll only attempt 10 occurrences, that's all we need. Won't take long. Because of Dr. Raeburn that he won't talk to me. He's here to help me. He's a friend. Trust him. Has it got to be me alone? Very well. a sequence of 10.
Right, I'm ready. That's it.
Right, let's see. Identical.
Interesting.
Interesting? It's astounding.
That's a beginning. These tests aren't the only factor we have to consider, Andrew. I'd like to suggest a more simple test, conducted by me.
For what purpose?
To define the limits of Alison's cooperation.
We've both seen what you can do, John. We have to go further.
No! I'm asking you to trust me.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Go for a walk. Farther away, the better. Give me half an hour. Alison? I want you to concentrate, just as you did before. I'm going to use the light machine, just the way Mr. Mallam did. Using the machine means that I can't interfere. I can't come between you and what you see.
Did you want a light?
No, sorry, thank you. You will see something, won't you? Because the results are important. Even though Mr. Mallam is not here, you know he wants you to succeed, don't you? Try, Alison. For his sake. I'll start the machine now.
I know, I'm sorry.
That Fisher girl left yet?
No, Mr. Mallam, but I'd like a word with you presently about tomorrow's appointment.
Yes, I will, Doctor.
Something went wrong. What happened?
Precisely nothing. We've been waiting for you to get back. I think Alison should go home now, don't you?
Yes, till next week then, Alison. Something went wrong. What was it?
This, for a start. The random light test. Identical conditions to the previous experiment, with one important difference. You weren't there.
You said yourself she might feel confused.
Lost is the word. Without you, the child either can't or won't cooperate. We've already discussed the dangers of emotional dependence in a situation like this. You must end it now.
She tried to contact me while I was in the park.
Look, you heard her voice?
No, it was purely visual. I saw her looking desperately lost. It was only for an instant, but I knew something was wrong.
One thing is very wrong, Andrew. Your motivation.
Everything you've seen is fact. I've invented nothing. Alison is unique.
And if she is, we know very well the stir such a phenomenon would cause. The media, scientific pundits. Can you imagine the way they put that child through the hoop? She'll be an object, not a person. Is that what you want?
Seriously think I'd do that?
Many autistic children have islets of exceptional talent. Brilliance, even.
Look, the talent that she possesses
Is hers alone. If for some reason she's offered it to you...
I accept it and all its implications.
You haven't the right.
For the first time in her life, real communion with another human being, you'd forbid her that?
What you propose is too cruel. You really regard your patient as a scientific specimen to be observed and recorded through every miserable stage of her existence? Since when has science taken precedence over
We
human
must reach
dignity?
out to the limits, John. We must explore all the possibilities of human
classic
existence.
excuse.
Of course, I respect Alison as a human being.
Damaged and in need of help.
But with a potential which puts her far beyond our understanding,
And if
John.
anything
we must
goes
know
wrong,
more.
she
The
pays the price.
safeguards, I
Yes,
swear.
they always are.
With you as watchdog, they'd be effective.
If you cannot offer the child proper treatment, send her home for good.
All right. A compromise. Some final physiological tests. Purely technical, EEG, possibly biofeedback, that sort of thing. Still need your help, John. Please. See? Preceding each alpha climax.
An expectation fee.
A full 30 seconds ahead. And better still, look at the theta wave coincidence.
Interlock with alpha doesn't prove ESP.
But the two are both closely linked with the creative
Similar
impulse.
trace patterns also occur during dreaming, even during meditation rituals. Did she speak to you?
No. Look, I want to run a simultaneous EEG on Alison and myself over a sequence of 10 zones.
It's late, Andrew. I was due at St. Thomas's 5 minutes ago.
Mrs. Levinson?
Yes, Mr. Brown?
Look, I'm afraid you're going to have to cancel the clinic. Will you ring them, please?
I will.
Thank you very much. Did you see him?
See? Who?
Timothy, my godson.
See him? No. Why?
Emigrated to Australia with his parents 3 years ago.
I saw nothing.
Then something in Alison triggers off this latent power in me.
And all those tests, the results?
Transmitted to her by me, the very person who's conducting the experiment. She's just an agent. Alison, do you realize what we've become, you and I? The two of us together form something unique. A composite mind. Do you understand?
Come along, my dear. I'm going to take you to your father, and he'll take you home. It's all right. Come along.
And what will you tell him?
Nothing. Neither will you. I must see Mr. Mallam before he leaves tonight. What time's his last appointment?
5 o'clock?
Good, I'll see you straight after.
Right.
Thank you. Bit of difficulty breathing, but otherwise, not too bad.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault.
I knew it was going to happen, you see.
The precondition on command.
No, it just came.
And the girl.
I've told you, an essential part of the mental process.
She's more than just a
the quality.
convenient, functioning organism. she's an individual, handicapped or not.
The quality of precognition only exists when she is present. The sole measure of her individuality is as a catalyst, and as yet only by accident. Think of it as a tool, John, a scientific tool. Consider the applications.
It's just a random phenomenon.
Well, then it must be channeled and controlled. Without me, she'd be just another autistic child and probably condemned to an institution for life.
She came to you as a patient. You still have that obligation.
Alison and I are partners in a fascinating creative experiment.
She will never be anything more than your shadow. An echo to your mind. What is she? Passive. You don't even have a language of communication that could lead on to help her learn something worthwhile. Surely the child deserves your compassion.
I understand, but it cannot stop here. I have to know where it will take me.
And Alison?
Don't be afraid for her. Alison. Alison, if you can hear me, answer me.
It's very late, Alison. Time to go to sleep. Now, Alison, how many times have I told you that... It's been a bit upsetting for you today, I know. I'm glad you finished your nice picture, Alison. But you don't want to go to sleep looking at it, do you? Good night, Alison. God bless.
Alison?
Just a minute, please.
Yes?
Miss Gibson, Mr. Mallam would like to see both Alison and...
Oh, they're here now. I was just showing them to the waiting room.
Oh, could you show them up right away? Right, thank you.
Alison? We were just wondering if there was anything particular we could do to help.
You're used to being patient, Mr. Fisher, I can see that, but it's only fair that you should know what's going on.
Oh, the methods you're using, you mean?
Yes, electroencephalograph readings, for example.
Of course, several times.
How I interpret them in her particular case might interest you. Would you like to... Oh, come through. Yeah. Alison's been very cooperative. Very cooperative. This is a highly technical business, as I know you realize. These traces represent brain impulses multiplied 10 million times. Certain frequencies of brain rhythms relate to certain mental states and activity. Relate? Yes, I do.
I've no idea why she turned on you like that. She's never done such a thing before. Alison. She isn't a violent child. She never has been.
Perhaps it would be better if we cancelled today's appointment, Mr. Fisher.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mallam. Truly I am. You must forgive Alison, please. She meant no harm. Alison? Going home now.
Alison, forgive me. I didn't know. I didn't know.